What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. Stick around for the whole video. We're going to be taking a look at Litecoin and Ethereum too. You're not going to want to miss this. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. Awesome community, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. And don't forget, we do a free Ledger Nano S hard wallet giveaway. We do that every Monday. All you have to do to enter to win is scroll down, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and leave your comment below. You can leave whatever comment you like. If you want to leave your favorite coin, I'm going to start charting some other stuff. So the more people I see saying one project, then I'll start adding that one on. So anyways, let's look at we'll start out with the simple daily, and that was looking at this as a rising broadening wedge. We had our first target here of around 46.6. We didn't quite hit it. We expected a bounce here. Now in the very bullish case, this bounce will come up here and retest this wedge in the RSI, and that could get us as high as going to test that $60,000 to $62,000 range again. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. I see us bouncing around in here for a little bit, and I still think we're headed towards that 40,000. And the 40,000 is just a measured move from measuring this wedge here to where the measured move is. Now let's look at another case. This is the 4-hour. And we had this rising wedge here, and I'd been talking, if you've been watching the channel, I'd said I think we need at least another retest of this bottom trend line, and if it broke, Bitcoin could be in trouble. Like I said, look at off of these 2 wicks here, I've drawn this trend line, and that also lines up with about 40,000. And I've talked about this before. From breaking out of this broadening wedge here, as you can see, first let's look at this. We made lower lows in the price action, higher lows in the RSI. That is bearish or bullish divergence, but I do think that may have already played out, and I'll explain that in a minute. But let's take a measured move from where we broke here out of this wedge. If that 40,000 does not hold, we could be looking at a $20,000 Bitcoin. Does that mean it goes straight down? No, absolutely not. I'll explain how I would expect it to happen. And again, this is just pure speculation, but I would think we'd come down and test that $40,000 range maybe, and then come back up and retest the bottom of this rising broadening wedge, which could be, between 50 and 55,000, depending on if, when, and where. We also have major resistance now at 52.6. But let's zoom in here to the bottom of that wedge. As you can see, we are getting rejected. We tried to get back in, but got rejected. We may continue down right from here. If you guys belong to the Discord, I put a short in at 50,000 at a retest of this range. We'll see how that plays out. I will let you guys know. But anyways, as we know, the EMA is extremely bearish. We talked about that yesterday. Now let's talk about the Wyckoff methods distribution phase. I made a video right about where this arrow was back in March. It played out pretty much identical. This is the blue line that I had up there on that video. And when was that video? That video was March 24th. And I noticed some other YouTubers are talking about it now. We've been talking about it since March. We expected this stop hunt up here, which did happen. And if you know anything about distribution, the volume must line up too, and the volume was lining up perfectly on this one. And guys, distribution phase, let me show you something on the charts. This down here was all accumulation, and then we had our huge up thrust. We could come back all the way down to these regions, guys, believe it or not. Like I said, around that 20,000, possibly even lower if this is a bear market and we continue lower. Remember, the Pi cycle top was in too. Now that doesn't mean that we are definitely in a bear market. We're going to take a look at that too here in a minute, if we are still in a massive bull market. If you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT. I'll leave a tutorial up top on how to use their margin. You can use my promo code SAVVY50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. So if you put in 1 Bitcoin, you get a half a Bitcoin as a bonus to use towards your margin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, all on one exchange. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. I have other affiliate links down there too. Bybit is doing a I think it's a $1,050 bonus right now by using my links. Check my links out down below. They all got some benefit for you guys using them. But let's take a look at the funding rate. So the funding rate here is favoring the bears still, guys. We did pop back above this trend line, but like I showed you back here, I think we're still in for some more downside. And as you can see on the daily, I'll leave a tutorial on my EMA's strategy and a couple other strategies up top on just how to use your RSI, how to find breakouts, things like that. But our 8 EMA is getting ready to cross our 55. And as you guys know, if the 8, 13, and 21 cross, that's very, very bad for Bitcoin. And if we get down to this $40,000 area, I do believe those will have crossed by then. That also lines up with the 200 EMA. So, yeah. So this is the long term, and the Fibonacci channels have been drawn on here. Now, people are thinking that this cycle top right here is like 2013. We may have a big drop and continue up. That is a possibility. If we do that, I'm not saying it's not possible. If we do that, come back down here and then shoot up to that $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin like people are talking about, it is a possibility. But we were watching the RSI here for a break of this bottom, which we did break. Let me zoom in here. So we had our pi cycle top. And if you guys pay attention to this parabolic arc here, when we break these, we usually start our bear market. When we broke this one, started our bear market. And people can draw these and manipulate them however you want. Some people have this arc drawn way over here, but by looking at it here, we have already broke. And if we look at that 0.236 fib we've talked about for months on this channel, since the first time we tested it in February, we tested it again in March, and we tested it again in April, getting rejected all 3 times. Remember, on the daily, our 200 EMA is between $38,000 and $40,000. I would look for a retest of that. Maybe get a bounce up that 55 to 60,000 area again, and then come on back down. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty damn bearish here unless some things turn around. Like I said, if we get back inside that falling wedge, then maybe you could turn a little bullish again. But as of right now, it's looking pretty bad. Litecoin, we did hit our target on this rising broadening wedge. Now the bottom target lies around the $190 to $200 range. If that breaks, guys, it's going to get pretty ugly. I would expect maybe at least to try to bounce here around the 200. But this is what we've been looking at. Ethereum, same thing. We're looking at this rising wedge. It's possible we could still go up to this $2,700 area. But it is looking quite bearish. We did get a bounce off the 200 EMA, and this is the 4-hour chart, guys. But it does look like we may get this run up here, 27.5 or so. If we're able to break the top of that rising channel, then we could be looking at much higher Ethereum. I don't see it going higher than the 31 to 32,000 if it breaks up from here. But let's zoom in and take a look at the EMAs and see what's happening. We are getting rejected at the 55 EMA. If these end up crossing back over, guys, I think Ethereum's in trouble also. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, I'd make it a quick video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo by my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think we are starting a bear market? Do you think we're still going to have a huge bull run at the end of the year? Let me know in the comments below. Check out my wife's webpage. That link is also below, anchorimage.com. A lot of cool crypto swag on there if you want to check it out. Thanks again, guys. I am out of here. I will see you tomorrow.